We just talked with Jamar about Sunday's game, and he basically said, like, there's a lot of ways for the offense to improve. What do you think the offense needs to be better at here in week 2 in this game?
I think all phases of the ball, all phases of the game, whether it be passing, running, defense, special teams, just all phases. We can just as a team improve. So we just got to come out there. We've been practicing all week, and practice been good. So looking forward to Sunday.
You guys have been together so long, Joe, Jamar, yourself. Is there a sense of confidence just kind of ingrained in all of you that sooner or later it's going to click?
Yeah, for sure, man. We've been doing it, 5 years plus. 5 years together now, and it's definitely a sense of confidence that it's gonna click, and hopefully it's this week. That's the goal, so we can get it going.
When do you know? Is there an indicator to you of when this offense starts to roll?
Usually the indicator when we know is when y'all know. Y'all see it, so yeah.
Do you and Trevor stay in touch?
Not too much. Me and Travis do. Travis Etienne. Yeah.
So he's obviously coming off a big week. I guess you know as well as anybody what that guy's capable of doing.
For sure, yeah. So he's a great player. Just had a great week. But hopefully our guys stop all that this week.
This will be your third time seeing them and going against them, Cincy versus Jacksonville, since you got in the league. What's it like to see Trevor, even if you don't keep in touch with him that often?
It's always good to see my guy Trev. He was my QB in college, so we always got that relationship. I always want him to do good, just not versus us.
Taking a couple weeks to kind of find a groove. What kind of enables y'all to kind of find that rhythm once y'all get going? Why do you feel like it takes a couple weeks to kind of maybe get that?
Honestly, I don't know, man. Just got to get it going early. Try to get it going early in the game, and hopefully we find that groove really quick.
When you look back on the film, T, from last week, what stands out to you of plays that maybe were near misses that could have been big gainers?
Honestly, the run plays with Chase. He was one broken tackle away from touchdowns, from big runs. I feel like those are the big misses that we had.
Is there an extra maybe chip on the shoulder after a week when the offense doesn't play as well as you'd like? Is there maybe an extra chip on the shoulder to go out and kind of prove what y'all can do going into the week?
I wouldn't say it's an extra chip, but we definitely want to, come out with better. Obviously we had 7 yards in the second half of last game. That's not to our standards. So you definitely got to come out and play Bengals football.
You remember a game ever in your football life where you've had 7 yards as an offense?
Nah, never. Honestly, no.
I think Joe took the big hit from Miles on the out route that you almost got in. What's it like seeing a guy like who's hanging in the pocket against that kind of pressure as a receiver when you know he's going to do that to try to get you on the ball?
Yeah, that just gives us more confidence as a receiver to, we could be patient in our routes and actually work the DB and get open. And know that QB is going to deliver a great ball. So it gives us confidence that he's not going to scramble all the time. So yeah.
How big is that as a receiver? How many extra steps do you get if you have a quarterback that can hang in there? How much extra time?
Extra steps. We just can go through all of our steps in that route. You know what I mean? So it's not being rushed.
Hard for you to believe you guys have never been 2-0. This group of Bengals.
I want to say I started 1-0. Maybe this might be the second time in my career. So let's go.
When you said 7 yards in the second half, there almost sounded like a little disbelief in your own voice. I mean, when you say it, does it sound crazy?
I didn't believe it when Zach told us. So, but it's crazy. It sounds crazy, especially with this offense, the firepower that we have. It's absolutely insane. So, looking forward to changing that and coming back stronger this week.
What challenges does going up against a player like Travis Hunter, where there isn't much NFL film on him, but it sounds like he's expected to play more corner, what does that present?
He's a great guy. Obviously, we've seen what he can do in the collegiate level. Hopefully, he turns out to be a great player, for them guys on both sides of the ball. But as receivers over here, we're just going to prepare like we always do. And, just try to, dominate every single down.
Is there any difference, T, in going up against a DB that has such elite ball skills as Travis Hunter, obviously?
Yeah, when you can go against guys with elite ball skills, you got to, be technically sound. you got guys like Travis, Trayvon Diggs, and guys like that. So yeah, just got to be technically sound and come out on routes could be low and just eye contact with the ball.
When you got a matchup when you got a corner who's really patient in the way that he plays, how does it maybe affect the way you go attack him every snap over the course of the game?
He didn't have too many reps, last game at corner, so we didn't really get to see much and see how patient he is. But just got to trust our route, trust the play calling, and then trust our QB at the end of the day.
But in general, when a guy is just really patient, when a corner you're playing against is really patient, how does that affect how you maybe attack him over the course of the game?
Just like I said, just got to trust our route and believe the quarterback's going to put the ball in the right place.